The second meeting, plus me total of 7 people. It is very short and brief meeting. It is next to the first meeting, less than 100 meters away. What do you guys think the very first question they will ask? He said, what do you mean by the beliefs they need to be ruled under the law? And the Chinese people need to have freedom of beliefs. What does that mean? Especially you mentioned about the money has to separate from the religion. My answer was very simple. I said that I don't think it is necessary to go to the church for personal beliefs, but it is really good and helpful to have a religious organization, especially in the current society, which it gave people a very secure and safe feelings. But it needs to change. Religion needs to be regulated under the law. For example, in our hometown in Shandong, China, there are many underground churches. Some are good, some are fraud to deceive the innocent people's money, and alongside with sexual harassment. It's like our Chinese Overseas Democratic Movement organization. It belongs to those who deceive money and take advantage of the women. So the religion needs to be regulated under the rule of law, including legal participation in the great histories of national democratic movement. They're supported. Money should separate it from the religion. I think religion and church must have a standard according to the law. I can give you 10% of my salary, but where's the money? How much money is right and how much is wrong? This requires a historical change. They absolutely agree with me on that. Another question which we cannot talk about here is about what we need from you. Of course, there is consensus. There are 2 of them said that were very sharp, and the question is very critical. Some of the conversation were absolutely understood each other, so without saying a word, it is impossible for any of us to take pictures or dare to spread their names out. Everyone take a look. This is the place I had my 3rd meetings. There is a sign on my table, and I have the name tag. This is the name list with the pictures and the introductions. And here is the notebook. It is called the University Club. They give you a pen like this. Anyway, this is my 3rd meeting.
大家看看啊，这是我第3个会议的地方，放着你桌上这个牌子，这是放着你胸口的牌子，这是里边的名单，在单子上印的都是照片，都有简介。这给你一个纸，这个本啊，这叫 University Club， 给你一个笔啊，这第3个会。
This kind of place, they hold meetings like this annually. This is the most important investors in conference in the world. $2.5 trillion in this room. This is different. These people are from the best and top corporations. With $2.5 trillion of the capital under management. This place is next door to me. It's in the University Club. I go there often. I have had a lot of meetings there. So this is my lucky place. Inside of this building, there have a lot of nice areas. It has 150 years of history. Security is great. The 3rd meeting. Today's host is the sponsor of this meeting. They talk about what was last year's topic, this year's topic, and what is the theme of this year. This year's theme is the RMB and the Hong Kong dollars and Hong Kong and the Chinese economies. And then everyone asks questions. I know a lot of people and have talked to them, and it is such a big change. 1 or 2 years ago, I told you 90% of the people in that room had seen Wang Qishan more than twice or 3 times. Almost everyone agrees that China would not be where it is today without Mr. Wang Qishan. Without Wang Qishan, the Communist Party will be finished. Another thing, the biggest change for everyone this time it is actually 2 years ago. We heard from Miles. We heard from mainland China. We couldn't believe it. But now we really understood and realized that. What is the biggest feeling? Wang Jian's death shocked the West. The nationalization of the domestic private enterprises. As I said earlier, that CCP will nationalize the private capitals. The privatization of the state power will lead to disaster for the people. Now they believe it. It is stunning. This Wang Jian's death turned into a big thing. When I release all the detailed information, it will be shocking. Everyone will comment and ask, what is this? What's the matter? And with many, the heart of the power, and it's the mysterious world. It's the intelligence world. Second, Hong Kong extradition law also shocked the world. This is a storm level of news. They couldn't believe it. They were all asking, what the heck? What are they trying to do? As a result, when I told them, I said, it was very simple. Before they went to Hong Kong to catch you, they had to go through the court. But now they don't need to. Any policeman has the right to catch you and send you directly to mainland China. Or the mainland police in Hong Kong, they could catch you and send you back to mainland China. These Americans were shocked. I said, let me tell you something. I pointed at his nose and said, it is you who give them the WTO. Relying on this mysterious figure, it was he who decided to give China the WTO agreement. I said, you give it to them. Now, if you and your family go to Hong Kong, they could catch you without thinking and send you back to mainland China. There's more to it than that. Your money is sealed to you directly in Hong Kong. And what law does Hong Kong police have? Just like my money. After it's sealed, it won't even let you to use your credit card. You will starve to death. He can keep putting it off until he seals it up. All the banks sealed it up. And they let you provide all your relevant business in the world. Seal up all the money. They will make you starve to death. They're all shocked by what I just said. I said, it is your WTO. Led them from $1.4 trillion to today's $14 trillion, and now they're coming back to against you. It shocked the world. All the people finally asked, how can we get rid of the CCP? I said, you guys love Wang Qishan. These people used to look down on Xi Jinping, and now they hate him. These people don't know what's going on inside. But one of them, his newspaper will be out in a couple of days, either today or tomorrow. His shows will come out. I never said that I love Xi Jinping and I don't support him. But you have to figure it out who is the most powerful ones. Then he said, Deng's family. I said, the Deng's family has been out. China now has 3 powers. The Jiang's family, the old capitals, the Jiang, Zhu, and whatever. They call it GOP. The second is Wang Qishan. The third is Xi Jinping. These 3 powers in China. Do you understand these 3 parties? And everyone thinks that if anything happened to Xi Jinping, Wang Qishan will take in his place. And these rich people on Wall Street are completely different from the people I met this morning and at the noon. The influence of BGY is still there. Those who believed in Wang Qishan are definitely way more than those who believed in Xi Jinping. This force is too big, so it is called capitalism. In this place, the influence of capital is too big. I said, really, the money under your butt is in command of your head. It's really different from the religious people in the morning. And the big men of that kind, strictly speaking, they are their boss's boss. They knew about this organizational political force, and they figured it out, and then they had to do it. They agreed with me. Tear down the firewall and stop investing in CCP. Finally, last night, this is the last thing I want to participate in this kind of thing, but there is no way. I promised a year ago, so now I must go. At the last minute, I said, could I not to attend? He said, no, you must go today. So I ended up going, and I said, can you please let me sit on the side, not in the center of the table? He said, no, you have to sit in the middle. So as a result, I said, your investments are not making money. You're taking your children and your future at the risk for this kind of investment. And technically speaking, you're selling your lives. More importantly, you are also killing our Chinese children and their future and health.
我最后我就去了，我说能不能让我别坐中间那个桌子，坐旁边桌子？不行，你必须坐中间。啊，那 结果是我说你们的投资不是在赚钱，你们在拿你们孩子和你们的未来再去投资，严格讲卖命。更重要的事情，你们也在扼杀我们中国人的孩子和未来和健康。
There was a big boss who invested in the largest pharmaceutical company. He said China had the largest market, but China has the largest population of cancer in the world. I'm surprised that this medicine is sold like this. He said, but China is the biggest market. I said, if you want half this market, you don't want to help them to kill so many Chinese people. So my dear warrior friends, after these 3 meetings, I cannot describe the role and the depth of our exposed revolution. We have identified a new slogan with these people for the Rule of Law Foundation. That is to
法治基金，那就是推翻防火墙 ，take down the firewall, stop investment to CCP， 这就是法治基金的目标。
That is the goal of the Rule of Law Foundation. There will be a global campaign and many organizations will join in. Anything else, like cryptocurrency properties and assets, we will continue working on it. So the other ones, we want to connect with the people in Western religions, people in the faith world. These are the 3 mysterious meetings that I had yesterday. This is my preliminary report. Thank you, my dear warrior friends. Support Rule of Law Foundation is a way of helping yourself in the future. 支持法治基金就是支持中国人民的未来。Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. The Voice of Kwok Media.